Have you ever had that strange feeling where someone says, I'm fine, but everything in you screams that they are absolutely not fine? Or you walk into a room and just know there's been an argument before anyone even opens their mouth? It feels almost like a sixth sense, doesn't it? But what if I told you it's not magic at all? It's a deeply human, scientifically proven superpower that we all possess and often completely ignore. Welcome to Mind Decoded. I'm Dr. Ann.
And I'm Zach. Dr. Ann, okay, you have to help me with this because I live in that space. I'm the person who gets a one-word text reply and my brain just spirals. Is this about reading minds? Because I feel like I'm trying to read minds constantly and failing spectacularly.
Not quite reading minds, Zach. It's about reading the signals that are much louder than words. Today, we're unpacking nonverbal communication, the silent language of the body, the face, and the voice that actually carries the vast majority of social and emotional meaning. It's the reason your gut tells you your boss is in a bad mood before they even say good morning.
Okay, wait, the vast majority? I feel like you're about to drop a statistic that's going to make me rethink every conversation I've ever had. Hit me with it.
You're ready for this. So, one of the most cited researchers in this field is Dr. Albert Mehrabian. Back in the 1960s, his studies led to a very famous and often misunderstood finding. He found that in communications about feelings and attitudes, the impact of the message is only about 7% from the actual words. 38% comes from the tone of voice, and a massive 55% comes from facial expression and body language. It's the famous 7-38-55 rule.
7%? So you're telling me that when I spend 45 minutes crafting the perfect articulate text message, I'm working with only 7% of the emotional payload? The rest is just invisible? That's devastating. No wonder people misunderstand texts.
That's the exact right reaction. And this is the crucial part. The Mehrabian rule applies specifically when words and nonverbal cues are incongruent, when they don't match. And that's the moment your brain's mind-reading superpower kicks in. When your partner says, I'm not upset with a tight jaw, crossed arms, and a flat tone, your brain instinctively believes the 93%, the nonverbals, and completely dismisses the 7%. You feel something's off because there's a data mismatch in your brain.
I do that. I had this exact thing happen last Tuesday. My partner, Sarah, walked in from work and I asked how her day was. She said fine, but I could tell. She didn't even look up. Her shoulders were up near her ears, and fine was just this short, brittle sound. My gut screamed abort mission. Something is deeply wrong. And I was right. Her team had lost a big client, but I spent the next hour second-guessing myself, thinking, well, she said she's fine. Maybe she's just tired. Don't be paranoid.
That's the perfect example, Zach. And that instinct not to trust yourself, that's where psychology can be so freeing. Your brain wasn't being paranoid. It was being a highly advanced survival machine. Think of it like this. Your brain is running a background emotional processing program 24/7. Long before humans had complex language, we communicated danger, bonding, and emotion entirely through nonverbals. A snarl, a smile, a tense posture. Those ancient circuits are still in your brain, in a part called the limbic system. It processes nonverbals instantly, automatically, and truthfully. It's the part that makes your heart beat faster when someone's tone doesn't match their words. We've just painted language over the top of this much older operating system.
An operating system. That's a great way to put it. So the language is just a user interface, but the real code is all in the body and the tone. But this makes me wonder, if our limbic system is so good at detecting fakes, why are we so bad at hiding our own feelings? Like, even when I try to put on a brave face, Sarah always sees right through me.
Because the limbic system is a terrible liar. This gets us into the realm of micro-expressions, a concept made famous by psychologist Paul Ekman. Our face, in a spontaneous emotional reaction, will flash a genuine expression of fear, anger, or sadness for as fast as 1/15 of a second, before our conscious, thinking brain catches up and says, no, smile. We're supposed to be fine right now. That tiny flash is completely involuntary and leaks the truth. The person you're talking to might not consciously see the micro expression, but their limbic system does. It's another data mismatch. They won't know why, but they'll feel that something about you is off. Your own limbic system made you a transparent liar and a brilliant truth detector at the same time.
So I'm literally incapable of being a convincingly fake person. My face is ratting me out to everyone I meet. That's oddly comforting, but slightly terrifying. So we're all walking around broadcasting our true emotions on a hidden frequency that everyone else's brain is picking up unconsciously. It's like we're all psychic radio towers and receivers, and we just misplaced the tuner.
That's a beautiful analogy, Zach. We misplaced the tuner. That's exactly what this is about. The psychological practice here isn't about learning to hide better, it's about tuning in. Most of us are so focused on the 7%, on words, that we've forgotten how to listen to the 93% right in front of us. And here's the part that surprised me most when I first read this research. Most people assume this is a personal failing if they miss social cues. The science tells a very different story. It's not a flaw. It's just that our modern world is incredibly word-heavy, and we've let a core human skill become a bit rusty.
Okay, I feel an aha moment coming on. You're saying I haven't lost a sixth sense. I just need to clear the dust off it. But how? How do I tune in without getting it wrong? I don't want to walk around thinking everyone who crosses their arms is mad at me, like some bad body language book from the 80s.
That's a very wise concern. The goal is never to become a paranoid mind reader. It's to become a more compassionate observer. The first practical step is to intentionally shift your focus away from just the words. Next time you're asking someone a meaningful question, try what's called listening with your eyes. Look at their face, their posture, their hands. Don't stare, just notice. The second is to listen for the music under the words, the pitch, pace, and volume. Is their tone flat when the words are expressive? That's a clue. And the most important rule, a single cue means nothing. It's a cluster of signals that tells the story. Crossed arms might just mean they're cold, but crossed arms, a forced half smile, a monotone voice, and a body leaning away, that's a symphony of something's not right.
A symphony of something's not right. That's a phrase I will now use constantly. And look, this actually reframes a lot of my own anxiety. I always thought I was just overly sensitive or overthinking when I'd pick up on bad vibes. But you're telling me my limbic system is just doing its job really well? And my frontal cortex is the one getting in the way, trying to rationalize it away with, but they said they were fine.
Exactly, Zach. And honestly, once you understand this, it changes how you judge yourself for it. You can stop thinking, what's wrong with me? Why am I so anxious? And start thinking, my brain just picked up a data mismatch. Let me gather more data with curiosity, not fear. It shifts you from a victim of the vibe to a scientist of the vibe. So here's your one concrete takeaway for the day. I want you to try this. Today in one conversation, make a conscious effort to watch and listen for a full 10 seconds without preparing what you're going to say next. Just observe the nonverbal symphony of the person you're with. What are their eyes doing? What's the real melody of their voice? You might be amazed at how much you've been missing.
So tune the radio before I try to play my own song. I love that. It's like giving the other person's 93% the floor for once. Dr. Ann, this was a total perspective shift for me. If this episode helped you decode a vibe you've been feeling lately, please subscribe and share it with someone whose silent signals you'd like to understand a little better. New episodes of Mind Decoded drop every day. See you next time.
See you next time.